messages in my head. I don't know how to cope with this. I'm keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I could help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
Good evening, everybody. It is. Yes, it is. It's over the hump day, and it's another edition of Butch On Sports. Simply Butch is here talking to you, having fun. And again, to all of you, thanks for tuning in. Give you some sports news that, as I always say, you just can't get enough of. And with this abbreviated version of Butch On Sports, we'll try to let you have gracefully here. A lot of things going on in the city of Detroit. Just humongous amount of 10 candidates for the Democratic National Convention just came to the NAACP convention here in Detroit, and like 10,000 people showed up. So it's a lot of people here. Of course, you know what happened early this morning on all your television stations there, at least the regular ones if you don't have cable. Won't say too much of that. However, a lot of stuff going on in sports with the sports scene in Detroit, and we'll have at it. Today was the official day for the Detroit Lions to have everyone here reporting for training camp. And yes, everyone showed up. Darius Slade showed up. Mr. Harrison showed up. They all showed up. Even if they had disputes, everyone showed up in the camp today. That is a very good sign. Another good sign is that this year we have a new offensive coordinator. His name is Darrell Bevell. Okay? And Darrell Bevell, he joined the Lions staff just this year. He's 49 years of age. He brings 18 seasons of NFL experience to the table, including 12 as a coordinator to the team. One of the teams that he did coordinate and did a whole heck of a lot for is the Seattle Seahawks offense from 2011 to 17. Bevell helped guide the team to 5 playoff appearances, 3 NFC West championship, 2 NFC Conference titles, 1 Super Bowl championship in that span. Boy, if the Detroit Lions can do something, this city would be going on the blink. And then some. The whole state would be on the blink here. But the amount of time he's in camp, rearranging and arranging, we're going to have to see some rough spots, I'm quite sure. Because that means everything on the offense will change, hopefully for the better there. Matthew Stafford has been always the main focus on the offense. This year, he'll have a whole heck of a lot of help. And we'll get to those pieces on the Sunday edition of Butch On Sports there. All those additional pieces there in place there, but we want to deal with the coaching staff and this particular individual because that's going to be the main clog. That and the defense per se, defensive backs, especially the work of the offense, the score points. It's going to be it's got to be healthy. It's a new system in place. You got to get reconnected with players. You got to help players buy into the system that you're bringing in gracefully here, and have some enthusiasm to go along with it. Bevels has a reputation using the method of family first. Yes, when you're together for almost considerable amount of months, I'll say 6 months, that's like a family condition there. You're living there. You're away from home. You're away from family members. Many of them are. So you got to get used to a system that's going to bring, hopefully, a humongous amount of success to a team that has not had it for many, many years. Only one playoff win since 1955. Oh, should I say, no, let me take that back, 57. That's a long time. One playoff win. Detroit, we're going to go on the blinkers there. But again, the situation right now is changing. Again, you got to think about your personnel, the brand new personnel that's coming into place for Matthew Stafford, the running backs that are now in place for Matthew Stafford. Again, we'll talk about that on Sunday. Those pieces that have to be just perfect. And maybe not just perfect. Just play together as a team. Everyone doing their job. Now, OTAs you didn't get too much of, and I really don't put a lot of stock in OTAs. But now it's the training camp, and they get to put on the old helmets and the pads and beat each other up to a no-not-one. Next week, the New England Patriots will be in town because their first preseason game will be in 2 weeks against those New England Patriots. So they can beat up on each other for the whole entire week and then do it up in public at Ford Field. Wouldn't you like that, boys and girls? I would. I would enjoy it there. By the way, Detroit Lions did place wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis on active physical, unable to perform. That means the guy's hurt, and that's all they could do. So, as we go along, and today it was just a walkthrough for me to say, hello, how you doing? Fine, I hope. And just see how many people are out there running and jumping and flagging and trying to get together and being united. Football's back in the air. I'll tell you right now, football's back in the air. Well, while I was in the area, well, not in the area, I went from Dearborn to downtown. First, I went to my doctor's first for my knee, but yeah, that's another conversation altogether. But yes, a lot of traveling today. The Philadelphia Phillies are in town. Last night went through 15 innings of dredgerment before the Phillies came out and beat the Detroit Tigers by one run. So on the next day, which is today, Wednesday, they get up and play a 1-10 start after 15 innings of baseball. Vince Villa Squash, Villa Quest. When I went went into the press box, and I called him Villa Squash until I saw the Q there, so I can call him Villa Quest. He pitched an impressive game and threw about 6 innings, and the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Detroit Tigers by a shutout score of 4-0. Detroit Tigers did not have too much enthusiasm in the game today, period. That goes from pitchers all the way down to position players, that's all the way down to everybody. It's just that I just don't feel like doing it today. And really and truly, Philadelphia had juice in their system. Detroit Tigers had none. That's the best I can tell you with this particular scenario that I noticed this afternoon. Excuse me, boys and girls. Harper, and this is the bad part about it. Bruce Harper did not play. Bruce Harper didn't play at all. No, Gabe Kapler did not put Bruce Harper in there. He rested today. Realmuto played. JT Realmuto, that is. He's normally a catcher, and they moved him to first base today so he can kind of rest up. You know, Philadelphia Phillies, they'll have a day off tomorrow, and then Friday they're going to play Atlanta. Atlanta is a foe that basically right now they're close to, who's doing very, very well. And if they want to get in the playoffs by any means necessary, they're going to have to really play some doggone ball. Atlanta is one of the people they got to beat and do some damage with, along with Washington. That's what Bruce Harper said, hey, we got to get it together here. You know, I just left them, and now I'm with the Phillies. We're supposed to be a better team than them. But yet still, Washington is playing fantastic baseball, one of the better teams in all of baseball when it comes down to wins right now. They started off slow, but by golly, they got some juices flowing. Them and the San Francisco Giants right now are two of the hottest teams going on the circuit right now. Minnesota Twins was one of them, but they kind of slowed down a little bit in the in baseball there. But those two teams right now I just mentioned, San Francisco Giants and also the Philadelphia Phillies, are very good, but the Washington Nationals are doing fantastic. They are beating people up very well there. Of course, getting back to Detroit here, Realmuto gave them a real boost there. Nick Williams also gave them a boost. Again, Philadelphia beating the Detroit Tigers up to a no-not-one. And they sweep a 2-game series. You know, very seldom you get a day off on Monday and a day off on Thursday. Absolutely nothing. And now you got to hit our town for a West Coast trip that's going to take you probably to L.A., to Seattle, and then Texas to burn up. Because it's hot in Texas this time of year. And you're going to be playing the Texas Rangers to boot. That's not an easy feat there. Philadelphia, in the meanwhile, they have won 5 of 6 heading to a matchup in the East leading Atlanta Braves. And they'll be in Philly at home, so that's going to be a shove in their pocket to try to get some done and gain some ground. So there you have it from downtown. I got some news for you today, boys and girls. They announced today that new league, the All Elite Wrestling, or the AEW, Warner Media Professional Wrestling League, they'll begin airing its 2-hour weekly matches on TNT on Wednesday, October the 2nd, from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The matches will be held in different cities across the country, such as the WWE does. And each week, the first week, they're going to start off in Washington, D.C., at the Capital One Arena there. I mean, they got ticket prices. They're going to go on. Tickets are going to be on sale for the 29th. All who listening to Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area who listen to the show, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I give y'all a heads up there on the 29th. Tickets will be available for the inaugural television version of the AEW. Social media has been whipping this doggone thing to death there. And with good reason. They got some pretty good doggone wrestlers. The wrestlers include Cody and Brandy Rhodes, the Young Bucks, that's Matt and Nick Jackson. Kenny Omega is back from New Japan Wrestling, back in the States here to hang on out and show his will. Hangman Adam Page, oh boy. Chris Jericho, John Motley, you know who John Motley is. He's not. Look him up here. Competitors are Nyla Rose, Awesome Kong is in the picture, Dustin Rose, Jungle Boy, Dr. Britt Baker, MJF, and the SCU, whatever that stands for. We'll find out in October for sure, unless you do some prior studying on their website there. And I kind of suggest you go to that website. Also, kind of get connected with them on Facebook, because that's where you're going to get the most juice out of this new professional league. And by the way, they're visiting cities as we speak right now. They're having some pay-per-views on the tellies, and with royal success. The last pay-per-view, they're going to have a next pay-per-view, it's going to be in Dallas. If we want to understand, after the box office being open for 4 minutes, they had 12,000 tickets sold. So this is going to be some competition with the WWE. Commentator is Jim Ross. You know who he is, boys and girls. Well, he's going to be doing commentating for this particular ensemble of wrestling there. So you got the 411 for me in the goodies when they're going to actually go on TV. I know you're glad. Heard no news from the Detroit Pistons today in their camp there, as all of them, again, all on vacation. Of course, there's some Greg Kelser today had some camps going on at UAD Jesuit, as well as Birmingham. Brother Rice had 2 camps going on today. Greg Kelser, Detroit's finest from Pershing, and also from Michigan State, and also Detroit Pistons and Seattle Supersonics, once they was in existence. But no news other than those camps going on there in the city of Detroit, which is good for the kids. Over 200 kids per camp has checked into those particular days. He's been doing them camps now. This is the 41st season that Greg Kelser has done basketball clinics and camps. Good for him. 9 more years and have 50 years on this belt. And I think he can make it. I really do. Portland Trailblazers, in the meanwhile, they signed free agent Paul Gasol to a 1-year deal, according to reports on Wednesday by ESPN. Andre Wojnarowski, I call him Rosarowski, when I saw him before. I seen this guy here about 4 weeks ago. And he was quite a clown then. And I've known Andre for quite some time when he was with Yahoo there. That's when I first met him. But anyway, Paul Gasol, 39 years old, he reached a buyout agreement with the Spurs last season. He joined the Milwaukee Bucks, only playing 3 games with them, and beating himself up and hurting before he went under some surgery, went under the knife for a stress factor in his left foot. He said earlier in June, when reporters talked to him, that he will be ready to run around and have fun and be smooth as silk with regular basketball activities by August. Well, we got 1 more month to go, and he'll be ready to roll. So if you want to know who's making a deal, he made a deal. And you did not hear the San Antonio Spurs had a nice little warming present for their fans, as Tim Duncan has been hired. Yes, the legend Tim Duncan has been hired as an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich there, okay? And you know what we found out, digging around with this particular story today, while we trying to find the authenticity of this particular, is that they tried to go after Manny Ginobili first. And he turned them down. And we're trying to find out why. So, stay tuned for that particular one. He just left out after a year or two. He hadn't been there about a year with retirement there. But he was chased down for being a coach for the bench. And well, should he be? You know, he won 4 rings. He got 2 All-Star nods, and he was the 6th man of the year. Beautiful thing. But Tim Duncan, that's gold there, buddy. You know, you have one of your own come back there. And, you know, that's been always one of my complaints with Detroit teams there. You know, why don't we have more of our players come within the system? Bring them back. I think our teams would do a whole heck of a lot better. Of course, when you're getting teams from far and wide and owners from far and wide, and they really don't know what the heck is going on in the first place here, what do you expect? I say, what do you expect? Not too much. Oh, well, what can I say? What can I say is that I'm done with this edition of Butch On Sports. Butch On Sports will be back on Sunday, boys and girls, with another edition. We'll, again, talk about some more training camp with the Detroit Lions. They're well in this fold. By that point in time, they should be beating each other to death there because they'll have pads and stuff on there. In the meanwhile, Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. You can catch me on Facebook, always here, boys and girls, or catch me on PaulO'Malley.com. SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.PaulO'Malley.com, and you can do that right off the bat, and you'll go right to the space. Or you can go to PaulO'Malley.com and type in Butch On Sports. Do it there too. You can also find this juicy piece of information on something called The Game. Yes, The Game will be on Mondays, starting next week on 1400 ESPN 1400 in Sault Ste. Marie. Yes, we have moved. It is official now. Thank you, Eagle 95.1, for all you have done. WUPN. Tim Ellis and associates there. You've been great for me personally. But yes, check the game, thegameshow.com or thegameshow.popbean.com is where you can catch Butch On Sports as well. I am done. Have a great week and rest of the weekend here, boys and girls. Be cool. My doctor cleared me here. He said, hey, exercise and a lot of walking. You can come back when you need me. That's what the doctor said. Hey, be cool, everybody.